Galaw-gaw, kay harot-harot tingnan, maliksi, di mapigil ang gaslaw. Galaw-gaw, ang lahat ginagalaw, napakaharot at pakialam. Galaw-gaw.
At kasama ni Sir Boots ang mga opisyales ng Citizen National Guard. Sila po magpapaliwanag ko nitong organisasyon na ito at narito ang kanilang spokesman, Major Horacio Gonzales, Reserve ng Philippine Marine Corps.
Everybody's media, hotel. I am very honored to be here. Okay, ang pagkasama natin ay si Colonel Adela Nandayan, Philippine Navy Marine retired, and Colonel Herbert Escalera, Philippine Navy Marines retired, combat veterans in the field.
So, ito pwedeng tawagin for service, retired, but ready to go back to the field kung kailangan. Okay. Kanila kinaaniban, I understand ito sa mga support groups. Natutugon, ipakulot ito sa kanilang mga panawagan na tutulong tayo sa pagharap sa mga problema ng bansa. Major Harry Gonzales ng Citizen National Guard. Sir, magandang po.
Ako ay designate as spokesman, and
Sure, sir.
designate ako as spokesman because perhaps I was one of the initial thinkers na nag-generate itong Citizen National Guard. Ngayon, marami nagsasabi sa akin, ibang National Guard ninyo katulad sa US? Ang sagot ko, hindi. Sa US, tied up sa military na rin. Itong Citizen National Guard natin ay this is grassroots. If you are a citizen of the Republic, automatic you become part of the Citizen National Guard. Because as a citizen of the Republic, it is your duty and obligation to defend the country, protect the people, and support the President. And this is where we come out. And if you give us the chance, if I may, I'd like to read our pledge. And this is a pledge to defend the country, people, and support the President. Whereas we are a people born free with a sovereign country to plot our destiny as a nation, having won our independence with the lives and blood of our forefathers, whereas we have undergone the pain to fight for our independence many times before to seek our place as free citizens of the world, whereas we have realized that to be free, independent, and sovereign, we as a people must learn to stand up for our rights, and if need be, to fight and be prepared to even sacrifice our lives to uphold what is truly ours, and for our children, the future generations yet to come. Whereas we as Filipinos and free citizens know that our existence must be in harmony as equals with our co-citizens of the world, but more, especially that we must and never will be subservient to any country anymore. Whereas in order to be free and independent, we must acquire the means to coexist with any country or people of our choice to be in harmony with. Whereas in order to fulfill the dreams and aspirations of our country and people, we have chosen for ourselves to elect a leader of our country and people, one in the person of President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Whereas the final birth, growth, and maturity of a nation of Filipinos will require the inculcation of patriotism, love of country and people, the creation of a Philippine ideology leading to the establishment of a culture where a united Filipino people encompassing all regions and religions will contribute to the fulfillment of a dream long envisioned and desired by our forefathers. Wherefore we now come to rise a nation comprised of citizen soldiers, once and forever, regardless of sex, age, and calling, committed to be loyal Filipinos, who will support, follow, and defend the country, the people, our President, and the future generations of Filipinos yet to come. We who have sworn to defend our country as fighting men, once and forevermore, pledge to continue to support and follow the lead of our President, Rodrigo Roa Duterte, and will gladly offer to our last breaths our lives for our country and people. So help us God. We pledge further that we will face all threats against our country, people, and our President Duterte, whether internal or external, in order that our republic will forever remain free and sovereign, and will not allow our patrimony to be subservient to any power or country, with or without any intent to control or dominate us. These threats, whom we pledge to denounce, destroy, and eradicate forever, presently defined as the illegal drug and gambling syndicates and cartels, the local treacherous traitors, who are out to destabilize our country by conniving with the black states of any foreign intelligence agencies and their allies, any and all terror groups purporting to belong to any religious sect or affiliation being utilized by external and internal enemies of the state for regime change, the oligarchical culture of greed which have contributed to the rise of extreme poverty and their close allies in the banking system, subservient to the machinations and manipulations of the Khazarian bankers, which have imposed a tight leash on our foreign exchange to include the unrestrained flow of unlaundered money, and last but not the least, those who have exchanged their loyalty for money by way of graft and corrupt practices, whether in the civilian or uniformed services. The graft-ridden justice system, which has mitigated and prevented the provision of justice to the people. The legislature, whose many members have taken advantage of their positions by growing into dynasties, who steal from the coffers of government and rob the taxes paid by the people. And finally, we especially mention, criticize, and denounce former presidents and leaders who have failed the Filipino people for having cheated and committed fraud in their respective elections and absconded the resources of the country. Last but not the least, we denounce totally and absolutely and call for the abrogation of the Visiting Forces Agreement, or the VFA, the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, or the EDCA, and the EPIRA Law, or the Electric Power Industry Reform Act, which have lowered our honor, our standards of living, and prestige as a people and as a republic. We now, soldiers of the republic, retired, active, and reserve, do solemnly pledge, once and for always, to affix our names and to commit our honor and dedicate our lives for our country, our people, and President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. We do so now declare our pledge of fealty herewith with our signatures, and we now call on all soldiers of the republic, from the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marine Corps, Philippine National Police, Philippine Coast Guard, the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, the Bureau of Fire Protection, all reservists and all who are members of the militia, formal or informal, from all corners of the country, regardless of age, sex, and creed, to close ranks, rally behind the flag of our country and our duly elected leader and President, Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas, mabuhay ang Pilipino, mabuhay ang Presidente ng Republika ng Pilipinas na si Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Nabanggit ko kanina na itong inyong grupo ay sumusuporta kay Pangulo Duterte. Anong klaseng suporta ito? Unconditional? Good or bad? Todo suporta?
Alam niyo, ang Pilipino, yun lang ang makakatulong kay Presidente. Alam naman natin na nakapaligid sa kanya, hindi kanya eh. Ngayon, paano siya tulungan ng bansa? Ang buong Pilipino, ang taong bayan, ay dapat umalsa at suportahan siya. Dahil ang lahat ng kanyang ginagawa ngayon ay gusto niyang buuin ang bansa para tayo ay magiging isa. Ngayon, ang problema natin ganito, sinasabi, drugs. Totoo yan. Drugs and poverty, they are parallel to each other. But what really gets us, ay sinabi na ito ni General Santiago kanina at saka ni Professor Bush ngayon lang, is that what deters us from developing, and this is my observation, ang corruption at saka ang graft. Alam nyo, sa bansa natin, this I will say personally, and I will say it with all candor. Our society, comprising of 3 branches of government, is viable. Hindi ito B-I-A-B-L-E ha. This is B-U-Y-A-B-L-E. Kung ikaw may pera, kaya mo bilhin lahat. You can buy your freedom. You can buy anything you want. May pera kayo. Yan ang nangyayari sa atin. And corruption is the root of our evil in our country. government agencies corrupted. And that is the reason why hindi tayo nag-move forward. Ngayon, kailangan natin ng taong bayan, suporta ng presidente. Hindi niya kaya, mag-isa lang siya eh. Kung tayo may nakikita na ginagawa na mali, ay mag-engage tayo. I-report natin, pirmahan natin ang mga, dapat pirmahan ng mga notarized manifestation para we serve as witnesses. Hindi tayo pwedeng mag-sit back. Ang problema ng Pilipino, ganito, mahilig ang Pilipino, wait and see. Tingnan natin ano mangyari. Ha? Spectators tayo. Yan ang problema natin. We do not engage. Now, the Citizen National Guard intends to awaken the Filipino people, to awaken the Philippines and get involved in national development. That is the duty and obligation of all citizens of this country. We are all National Guardsmen.
Napag-usapan yung corruption. Sa estimate po ninyo, magkano in pesos and centavos ang nananakaw sa kaban ng bayan taon?
Sorry, hindi ko alam. Basta, inuubos ang pera natin. Tingnan nyo na lang nangyari nung huling administration. Ang DAP and PDAP.
Hundreds of billions?
Billions.
O trillion?
Maybe trillion. At saan ang galing yung pera na yun? Sa taxes na binabayad natin. Papayag ba tayo ng taxes na binabayad natin na nakawin?
Correct. At ang isang malaking pinagkuhanan dyan, nung tinatag yung Imperial Law, inalisan ng poder ang pamahalaan para magpagawa ng mga planta ng kuryente. Yung share ng gobyerno doon sa Malampaya, yan ay nakatoka para magpatayo ng mga pabrika. Pero simula nung naitatag, o isa patas yung Imperial Law, nabura yun. Ang tanong, saan napunta yung the hundreds of billions na yun?
Sir, you are a retired reservist, and of course the other signatories dun sa pledge nyo to defend the country, people, and support the president. Is this your first time supporting the president publicly? And if yes, why? And then my next question is, sa kasaysayan ng mga sundalo natin, sir, even during your time na active ka pa sa service, and I think also the soldiers, etong ating sila, Colonel Handayan and Calera, no? Matindi ba talaga yung problema natin, considering nabanggit na kanina ni Sir Bush, no? Para lumabas kayo ngayon at ipamukha nyo sa mundo, sa Pilipino, na kinakailangan natin suportahan ng ating Pangulo ngayon at yung ating bayan.
Absolutely correct. Ngayon, ganito. I did not come from the public school system. Private school ako eh. And I did not join the military for a career. I graduated engineering. I went into the private sector. After retiring from the private sector, I was taken in as a director in the Department of National Defense. And from the long service that I have done, I have seen from my own eyes, outside looking in, and inside looking inside, na the whole system is corrupted. And that is the reason why lumabas na ako, kasama ko yung mga kaklase ko sa Marine Corps, because I'm a Marine Reserve officer. I never went into active service. But I can see that unless we, the Filipino people, will rise up together and help the President, he is all alone. Our country will not succeed. He only has 5 years to go. Nawala na yung isang taon niya. Pero hindi pa tayo nakaka-move onwards eh. And I am calling on all the Filipino people that we should rise up. Now, when I was in the Department of National Defense, I was simply doing the job of an administrative director. I was appointed by Her Excellency President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo. I did not stay long there because in that system where I was, I lost my job. I was terminated for no reason. The case, and I say this, has prospered only at the civil service. I am an eligible government officer. But nung nakalampas na sa civil service, umabot sa Court of Appeals, na-reverse, kahit na it has been a meritorious case, umabot sa Supreme Court, inupuan, pinapatulog. Now, that is the reason why, even if things are very meritorious in their cases in court, bakit napapatulog? about 2-3 weeks ago, I found in the newspaper an article that says that our Constitution provides that decisions in court should not go beyond 2 years. My case has been stagnating for 5 years, and I'm not the only case. There are others stagnating for 10 to 20 years. Now, how do you expect a country, a society, to progress and move forward kung mismo ang ating justice system ay hindi supportive of what is right? This is the basic and core problem that we have. Corruption in the entire society. And if we, the Filipino people, will not rise up to support the President, to defend the country and protect the people, let's forget it. Wala na tayong pupuntahan. Ang salot sa bayan natin ngayon is crime. Crime that is really almost non-preventable anymore. Why? Drugs, crime din yun. Why? Because, one, police visibility is low. Police solutions of crime, very slow. Now, what is it that we need to cleanse our nation? We need the death penalty. Only the death penalty will cleanse our nation. Because once we cleanse our nation of criminals, not only criminals doing crime, but criminals who are destabilizing the country because of graft and corruption. If you have a government official who steals money, he should be given capital punishment. Sinasabi nila, ang tawag nito, ang pagnanakaw, dapat 50 million and above. No. Kung ikaw nagnakaw ka ng 5 sentimo at guilty ka, dapat patulang ka ng kamatayan. Because you are treasonous and a traitor to our country. Even if relative mo, you have to preserve your country. Di pakulong mo at ipabigyan mo ng capital punishment relative mo. Because being treacherous to the country, he is not anymore a Filipino.
Police visibility. Ano ang pagkukulang ng DILG sa PNP para ma-implement yung gusto ng police visibility? Halimbawa na lang, katulad ng nangyari sa Pilipinas. So, nagsisisiyan ngayon. Hindi inakusahan, meron yung walang kasalanan. Pinagpapakay tatlo. Tapos ngayon, yung kakay pa na napapagbintangan. Ano yung dapat gawin ng DILG? Kailangan ba natin dyan? May pick o yung may pangin, yung kaso ko at DILG may pangin.
Alam niyo kung may nagpapatrolya ang pulis at nandyan sila sa neighborhood, that is police visibility. Palagay ko, ang kriminal hindi masyadong akalat dahil makita na may pulis at ang responsiveness kung may crime ongoing will be quick, mabilis. Pero kung walang pulis at hindi nag-responde at dahil sabihin nila wala kaming gas, wala kaming sasakyan, ano ba naman yan? Diba? Kung may police visibility ka, ang crime, pwede mo nung hindi na mangyari ang crime. Mape-prevent mo. Now, iba pa rin yung hulihin mo at solusyonan mo ang crime, no? But, pangatlo, iba pa rin yung justice system. Paano mo sila mahatulan?
Mga kurako ngayon, dapat yan kinukulong, hinahatulan ng kamatayan. Dahil sila ay salot sa ating bayan. And that is the call of the Citizen National Guard. Defend the country, protect our people, rally around the flag, support the President.
Ako po si Mami Yet Robles, ang mami at babaeng lagalag. At ito ang aking balita, news, para sa kaalaman ng buong Pilipinas at buong mundo, North, East, West, South. Hanggang sa muli!
At pakialam, galaw-gaw, kung tawagin siya'y ganyan, kang karot.